The program you're about to watch is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised.
Mention vibrators, and the first thing that comes to most people's mind is a woman's sexual pleasure. But women's sexual pleasure was the farthest thing on the minds of those who invented the vibrator almost 2 centuries ago. Now, this might come as a shocker to you, as it did me when I first found out, but it would interest you to know that the vibrator was invented in the 19th century to help reduce or cure hysteria in women. They were developed as labor-saving devices to spare doctors' hands the fatigue that they got from giving regular hand jobs to a steady stream of women. Welcome to 18 Plus, where we say it as it is. My name is Ifu Enada, and today promises to be really interesting. I'm going to be talking about some of the things that we have for you on the show today, right after this break. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Welcome back to 18 Plus, where we say it as it is. Today we're going to be talking about sex and health. But before we get into that, I'd like to introduce my amazing guest. I have Felix Umokoji here, award-winning actor and businessman. There is Shola, who is a writer. I have Chidera, content supplier, and Coco. Now, Coco is the lady behind Coco Sean. Whenever I say Coco Sean, that is Coco Sean. Welcome, guys. You guys look amazing.
Thank you.
Amazingly crazy. Well. Okay, now during my intro, I talked about vibrators and how they were never intended to be sexual tools for women. Whenever you think about vibrators, what comes to your mind, Felix?
Well, the first thing that comes to every person's mind, I think, is, you know.
That was making me feel some type of way. So I'm going to ask Coco now, because Coco looks like the crazy one here. Coco, please tell me, do you have a vibrator?
Actually, no, because I can't compare a rubber that has a battery running to a very standard thing that has veins and blood running. Come on, the end part of it will not be.
I like how she's hitting that spot. Like
yeah, the end part.
She's hitting that spot
because that's the feel, that's the sex.
Felix, I'm going to ask you: do you think you have a strong and reliable?
Well, you'd have to find out.
Do I want to find out? We'll talk about that later. Okay, guys, so real quick, we're going to go talk about our topic, sex and health. Now, when I hear sex, I'm thinking sexual pleasure, but I'm also thinking STIs, and so I want to be careful. So I would like to know, Felix, if you discover that your partner, was infected with an STI, how would you react to it?
Well, it's very hurtful, because if you find out, it means, if you've not been playing safe, it means either you infected her or she got it from somewhere else.
Okay.
Yes, so first of all, you have to go and check yourself, find out where it's coming from. And then, if it's that she's been playing, playing around, I think it's...
But how can you tell if she's been playing around or not? How about the possibility that she got infected with an, because like HIV can be transmitted through several means that, that's not sexually related. So what if that was the case?
Yeah, but the thing is, 90%.
What if she got infected before, meeting you and starting a relationship with you?
I would have found out.
Really?
How would you find out?
Yeah, because before I have a serious relationship with someone, we get tested.
I think I like that. Before you have a serious relationship with someone, get tested. You heard it. Okay. So, Coco, please tell me, if you found out that your partner, was infected with an STI, how would you react to it?
Anyways, it comes from 2 ways, 2 contexts. If I love you enough to trust you, and I later find out that you have any of this, actually, it would not be likely here. I would rant. That is me. But now, looking about or taking to have a look about the healthier part, I would support you. Probably go treat you. If I am infected, I'll treat myself for the love's sake.
Okay.
Just for the
I was going to ask you what if you found out you were also infected by them, but I'm just going to throw that question over to Shola. So Shola, you find out your partner is infected with an STI, say maybe the combination of HIV and genital warts, and you've been infected. How do you react to this?
I think I'll need to find out how did it happen. So I think I'll sit down with her to discuss and find out, because I know maybe from my medical background,
yes,
that you don't.
Oh, you have a medical background.
I studied microbiology.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I know it's not just through sex that you contract STIs.
Yes.
You could use needles through toilet and other
Several things are
several
responsible.
things. So I need to find out how did it happen. So if you can sit down to discuss, then we can find out, can move forward from there.
Okay. Speaking of STIs and how people contract them, I'd like to ask you guys, starting with Chidera, when was the last time you got tested?
Last month.
Last month. Honey, you're sexually active. When was the last time you got tested, Coco?
August last year.
August last year. Is that good enough? When was the last time you got tested, Felix?
Well, I do it like every 3 months.
Every 3 months? Nice. Shala, when was the last
I
time
think
you
I'm
got
the terrible one
tested?
here, like 2 years ago.
I am sure of what? 2 years ago, really? And you were sexually active?
Because I've not had any symptoms. There's no really no. I didn't see
But
any
do you have to wait for
reason.
symptoms before you go ahead to get tested?
Okay. From my background, no. But then I really don't see any reason why I should go out there.
You're
If
a
I've
very
been
emotional guy, so you don't want to find out that you
and
might
then I
be
don't want to. I know.
scared of it. Moving on, guys. So I would like to know, so now you've discovered that the love of your life is infected with HIV that might have even blossomed to AIDS and maybe has a bit of genital warts or herpes. How will you then manage that relationship, Felix? Please tell me. I like the way you're looking at me like
the
it
love
happened
of
to
my
me. It
life.
happened to me one time.
That's a serious one. I mean, it's something you have to sit down and think about because,
Yes.
I mean, it means you could be infected too. And if it's your partner, someone you love so much, you probably haven't been using protection as possible. And so it's...
That's why they say use protection. I mean, I know one of these condoms are really cheap. You know, I could distribute to you guys after the show. So
Yeah,
please
but
tell me.
For me, I'll feel hurt. But then if I really love the person and I know it's something that probably has happened and probably before we met
Okay.
or whatever, we'll just find a way and we'll find a way and manage it. Because I mean, it's a modern world we live in right now.
Yes.
I mean, things have changed, so people can live longer. But of course, you know,
So-
certain things would will have to stop.
Well, okay. Things like
Things like sex, you know.
sex would have to
Sex
stop.
would
All
It would
the
have
stuff.
to stop
It's-
because sex goes crazy sometimes, you know, and anything could happen. Your condom could break, and
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to stop. You want to continue.
You want to continue when the sex gets interesting. So please tell me, Coco, so now, for instance, you found out that your partner is infected with some deadly virus. How will you manage your relationship afterwards?
Well, that's a strong one. Anyways, we'll find a way to manage it, believe me. Because
Do you think that it would affect you emotionally?
Of
You know,
course,
how would it affect
that-
you sexually?
we are humans. You get there's this drive when something is not known, but when it's known and it's deadly, believe me, some things are taken off. You might have loved him a long way going, and you know he has STD, he has HIV, not to talk of it.
So does that stop the love at that
It
point?
doesn't, but to some point there'll be a throw-off.
Felix talked about the sex, some crazy things about sex stopping. Do you think that will stop the sex for you? And now, will you now go back to the vibrator, or will you now buy a vibrator because you don't have
Of course,
a
my
vibrator?
dear, see, to be honest, you go stop her more because I don't know how it works. Probably the longer you go in with that situation, it might become so rational. So I would want to help myself in some kind of way because the feelings of being clean, that's sanity of him being clean will not be there,
Okay.
and there'll be a little bit of you know, something somewhere that will
Okay,
always
guys,
wanna
so
pull
what
me up.
Coco is saying is that if she discovered that her partner was infected with an STI, she would cue her love for strong, firm
I didn't take you.
skin
I didn't take
with
you.
the blood pumping.
I did not take you.
And get a vibrator.
I would
Shola,
get
I would
a-
like to hear your thoughts. Do you think your relationship would ever remain the same in every way if you found out that your dearly beloved, you know, was infected with an STI?
I actually think it's easy to say it will remain the same, but then the reality is it really would not remain the same. There's the psychological part of it. Maybe we need to sit down, see a shrink to get through it, and then see how we can move forward. If it's not through, maybe if it's not an issue of infidelity, then we can actually see through it and work it out. But then I think it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long process. But I think we can actually, if I love her truly, and then I can verify that it's actually not through infidelity, I think we can actually work through it. But it's going to take a process.
Okay, speaking about STIs, it's not just, you know, something, a memory just came up, you know, in my head. I remember some guy who was talking to me about the weird way he detects, you know, someone who is infected with an STI, and he said he smells the pussy.
Really?
Who smells the pussy to know if someone has?
Yeah, some guys do
Yeah,
that.
but then-
They just put a
But
finger
then
to.
I don't think that
you
works.
can also smell. You can,
I'm not saying it works that
perceive the
way,
smell.
but
Maybe you're going
they do
down
that.
on
If the
her.
pussy is smelly, it means there's something wrong.
But a pussy, you know, I was talking about genital warts, you know, just before the camera came on, and how someone could be infected with genital warts for years, and because the symptoms don't always come up, you know, like HIV, you don't even know they have genital warts, and you feel safe, and maybe you do your smelling and it smells like YSL Mon Paris, and you decide to go ahead with that. Who does that, really? Are you one of those who would smell a pussy and go like, oh, it smells good, I can eat it now?
No.
Do you eat pussies?
But then when you're going down, you perceive the smell. That will either tell you
Hold
to
on.
go ahead or not. If it's pungent, you withdraw back and then you.
Excuse me. When you mean pungent, what do you mean?
I mean pungent.
Explain.
I mean
A layman
the pussy
smells.
So what you're
good
trying
or
to say is,
bad?
if a non-smelling pussy equals a healthy partner
I'm
or
not
a
saying that.
healthy...
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
You look
that's
like a guy
trigger.
that eats pussy. Like,
Obviously.
you know, like
I'm saying-
I'm looking at his face and I'm saying like, man, you know, like you have like a PhD in pussy eating.
I wouldn't say that.
Tell us the truth.
I wouldn't
You
say
wouldn't- what do you have? You have 2 PhDs?
I wouldn't confess it at any of that. I'm not going to say that. The only thing I'm going to say to it is, it's easy for you to know, it's easy to suspect there's something wrong when there is a terrible smell coming from there, and then you just take caution.
Okay, so tell me, now you've discovered that your partner has an STI. Do you think this is an indication that they've been cheating? Chidera, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Not exactly. It's not true. It's not only true. It's not only through sex you can contact STI.
Okay.
There are other several ways you can do that. Through the toilet, through blood transfusion, and all of that.
Okay.
So if my partner has STI, I wouldn't think immediately that he's been cheating.
Okay.
I have to find out where he got it from before I proceed on anything.
And what do you now do after you find out?
Well, if he has been cheating, that's the end of the relationship.
But how is it possible to find out? I mean,
If they've been cheating?
Yeah.
you hire a detective.
Not
then
exactly.
I think you
the
expect the
first
person
thing I
to be
would ask
truthful.
him.
No, actually, you know, always sometimes you
Or
might
maybe,
think
okay.
you're not being seen.
I'm
but
thinking that if they come clean by themselves, they might want to just tell you, look, I got this because
they
I
will
was
not.
cheating.
They will
cheating, they
not
wouldn't.
tell. They will not tell you guys.
Yes,
They will never tell
you
you.
talk like you have an experience with this. I like the
but
way
it's
Felix said they won't tell you, like, you know, man, I've been through this shit. She cheated, man, and she didn't even tell me. She almost gave me genital warts, but God saved me. Have you actually experienced that?
I've been very fortunate in life, I must say. So
Oh, yeah.
I haven't experienced that yet, and I hope not to.
Okay, speaking about coming clean and not coming clean. So if you had someone you have intentions to marry or someone you are dating and they come clean and tell you, look, this is my status. I have HIV, HIV positive. I also have a bit of herpes and genital warts. And there's also something that's wrong with me. And you love this person. Will you go ahead and marry someone like that, or is that like a deal
Jesus is my
breaker?
Buddha.
Coco has something to say.
Who on earth would want to do that? Even if you're as fine as.
Well, I know someone. I saw them on TV. She said, he told me that he was infected, but I went ahead and married him.
No matter how much I love
as
a man,
a
me
free flight.
first. Me
So
first.
you
before
first, so you
anyone
wouldn't
else.
marry someone
I
who
would
comes
not.
clean and says to you, I have HIV.
I would not.
But you're still in love with me, so go ahead and marry me.
I would not marry him.
Even if you were born in your mansion in Banana Island.
What?
You will still not marry me.
No.
You know, when I said Banana Island, like I'm thinking some
Banana.
very juicy stuff. So
right.
Shola, please tell me, if your partner came clean and just told you that they are infected with an STI and you love them, do you think that's a deal breaker? Will you go ahead and marry someone like that?
Okay, I think if it's STI like HIV, which is incurable, HIV. Okay, so I would actually, it's something we can work with.
You can work with HIV.
Yes, so I won't discriminate against her if she has HIV, because I know that there are ways you can have kids and you have HIV, and then you can still be negative.
Excuse
so
me,
how do you intend to do
how
that?
do you intend getting her pregnant with your empty tin?
If she's
Your thing
using
there.
antiretroviral drugs,
Doesn't mean
she
it
can
will
go
get to
very-
you.
Yeah, exactly. If a viral
I think I'm getting
if a
what you're
viral
saying
load
here.
is actually low enough, you won't contract it through sex. And then there are ways where she can actually take care of herself during pregnancy, and she won't transmit it to the kid as well.
Yes, I
And
think
she will actually
Shola
deliver.
is very correct. But I'd like to hear your thoughts, Felix. So if this situation happened to you, will you go ahead and marry this girl who gives you the best sex of your life, you know, who doesn't make you do that hand job every other night? What will you do? How will you react to this?
To be honest, I can't get married to someone like that. It's not like it's any of her fault or whatever.
So a confession will immediately kill whatever love you have for that person.
No, the thing
Did
is
you
this.
ever love them?
Yeah, I love them, but I would always be there for them.
Okay.
But then,
How?
Yeah, emotionally, psychologically, I'll be there to you.
But not sharing.
But you take away yourself.
I'm not the one for you.
jeopardize
I'm not the one
myself.
for you. Maybe you find someone else that has similar status as you.
No, it's not that. I mean, it's more like, okay, see,
Talking
I'm
about
trying to play
similar
safe.
status, Felix, how would you feel if you are HIV positive and the love of your life turns you down or walks away, leaves you at the altar, refuses to marry you? How would you feel?
I would expect that from her.
You'd expect that?
Yes.
But sincerely,
I'm
deep
a
inside
practical
you would like to
person.
get married, though.
Of course, I would love to get married, but when you have that, I mean,
Someone else.
That's a good question.
But when you have that now, it's a very tricky situation, because in most cases, most people probably won't tell anybody.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, to play safe. But then, if you want to go out there and tell people, oh, you have this, you should expect things like
You should expect rejection and all of that. And I thought that the media was doing enough work with, preaching to us about discrimination and how we shouldn't reject people. We are going to be going on a break right now. When we come back, we'll be hitting the Wildcat segment and loads more. Stay tuned. It is 18+, and this is where we say it as it is. Welcome back to 18+, where we say it as it is, and this is the Wildcat segment. This segment is basically where I ask you one question and expect you guys to be very sincere with your responses, yes? So I'm going to be starting with Chidera. Tell me, what are your thoughts? Do you think that sex is vital to a successful relationship?
Well, it depends. If I'm not married, I don't think it's vital. But if I'm married, yes.
Okay, so as a single person, you do not think sex is vital?
I don't believe it should
But I thought you said you were sexually active a while ago.
I never said that.
But you insinuated it.
I never said that.
Are you the girl with the vibrator?
I don't have one.
Okay, so you do not think that sex is vital to a successful
think it should
relationship. I am going to ask Felix now. Felix, what are your thoughts? Do you think you must be having sex in a relationship to make you successful?
Okay, first of all, I think sex is an art, it's like music. So you need to flow into it. You need to get with the rhythm and all that. I think sex is, it's not just, sex is life.
He's saying that he needs sex for a successful relationship. Yeah. I am going to ask Coco. Coco, sex is like music to Felix. What is sex to you? What is sex like to you?
As a Calabar girl that I am. Actually, anyways, okay, what's the essence of denying the guy the sex when he's going to have it later? One. Then two, my uncle used to say that if you love a guy, if you really love a guy, you should not restrict, because some guys are very funny. The period of restriction might just be very long, and the day you by mistake give them to eat, then eat and finish run. What's the point? Sex is vital.
Coco, are you single?
Yes, I am.
I'm sure Felix is not married, so I think maybe you guys can look for the songs that works well for both of you and work towards it. So Shola, please tell me your thoughts. Do you think that sex is vital in a relationship? You're not married now, though.
No, I'm not.
To have a successful relationship, do you think sex is vital?
To have a successful relationship, do you think sex is vital? I would say it's good, it's important, but then it's not really vital to a successful relationship. It doesn't define, or it doesn't enhance the way it doesn't determine how successful your relationship would be.
Okay, so you think other factors are needed?
The other factors, yes.
Speaking about sex, I'm thinking right now, I think I should ask, how many times, do you have a timetable for sex? Like, because they're obviously not married, what is the frequency of your sex life?
It depends. If I'm in a relationship, at some point when I'm in a relationship, it's often. If I'm not, then it depends on.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Coco, how often do you have sex to make your relationship successful? Because you insinuated that.
Wow, yeah, like if I have to have it 24 round seconds, if he has the energy. Why? Because yes, why? Because
wait, did you just say 24 hours a day?
I'm not joking. Why?
Honey,
because
but you're not jobless now. How can you be having sex?
I'm just saying. What if we're on leave? You get, and I have to just be with my man, make sure I feed him that. Once he gets out of the house,
the soundtrack just came to my head for what you say. We'll be all night. Yeah.
He's feeding on all corners. He's feeding on all corners. You get. I'm not saying it's vital. It doesn't make it stay. It doesn't make him marry you. But for the while, it's lasting. You get. Give him something to remember that even when he wants to take a walk, He's always...
Trying to blow his mind.
You get, oh, this girl was always there. She was always giving me the punani to knock. Oh, she was always, just be...
Punani and vaginas and sex and timetables. It has been very interesting. Now, guess what? We asked this same question to some of our followers, and they have sent their audio responses, and we're going to be listening to their voices pretty soon, like about right now. So, guys, just pay attention, and then later I'm going to get your reactions from the Vox Pop. Yes.
Yeah, this is Collins from Abuja. It says vital to a successful relationship. Definitely yes. Sex is better for us in a serious relationship and a successful relationship. Without sex, the relationship will crumble. There's no two ways about it. We can't keep deceiving ourselves and saying you are in courtship for like years without having sex. Even in the married home today, if there is no sex in the marriage, it's frustrating. To build a serious relationship, I think sex has to be involved.
No, I don't think that sex should be vital to the success of a relationship. Relationships are bonds. You know, it has to do with understanding, emotions, patience, basically understanding. I think that if a relationship starts out with sex, well, then sex would be vital to the success of such a relationship. And I also think that a relationship based on sex cannot be successful, and it's not healthy. In my conclusion, I don't think that sex is vital to the success of a relationship. It's just necessary in the case of intimacy and bonding.
Okay, Chidera was really smiling when the girl's voice note came on and she talked about sex not being vital. Coco and Felix were excited like the guys on my side. So please tell me once again, is sex vital to a relationship?
What's the difference between something being necessary and vital?
You understand, as in girls are not being honest. How would you feel? How would you feel if your boyfriend was asking you for it and you said no? Excuse me, no, allow me finish. And now you said no, and he's walking down to your next neighbor that he's been crushing on and finally get to hit her.
That means it's not mine.
Excuse me, it's not mine. No. Okay, you see, women
He's supposed to wait for you, right?
Can I
for like how many years? 10 years?
From experience.
Okay, Shola has something he's saying here.
From experience. If you're married to your husband and then you have to go, let's say, you have to go for a program and you're used to having sex every day as a married woman, and then you have to go for a course or something in Harvard, for instance, you have to go for 3 months. How do you manage that?
Do you know there are ways of having sex? There's phone, nigga.
But then you just said,
We're talking about phone sex and all of that.
You said it
doesn't mean
you said you need the nerve and the vein and the blood pumping from.
Shola.
For the while he's away does not mean he's not going to come back and kiss me hard.
Coco, can I get your attention? Coco, can I get your attention? I want to tell you guys something. Do you know that you can actually continue this conversation on social media? Yes, because we're actually wrapping this up right now, and you guys can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow us there and tell us if you're going to be getting a vibrator when your husband goes to Harvard, if you're going to be getting whatever it is you're getting. Right now, I'd like to shout out to Explicit Naka Beauty. She's the lady behind my makeup. There's Coco Sean, who is responsible for outfit. Jimmy London Shoes, I love you. You're so awesome. He's an amazing stylist. And also Ocean 7 Lounge here in Lekki. They are amazing. They are good people. You should come check them out. This is 18 plus. We have been saying it like it is. My name is Ifu Enada, and I'll be seeing you guys next week. Goodbye. You guys are crazy.
A DJ Toxic.